What's up, guys? Pro Strat number 23, where pros do strats. And we have another version of Outside Smokes, this time by Sharks against Astralis from the ECS Season 8 Finals. And these smokes stretch from mini to the secret building edge corner thing, as you can see here. From the CT point of view, they actually have a lot of room to work with, but it looks like the Sharks just want one person to creep in, at least in this particular round, to try to abuse the smokes. This round does start off though with Lukin faking a vent dive. He's going to be nading the door and then smoking in front of the vent so that anyone mini can't really see them, and by now there's a small possibility of a vent drop. As you'll see later, Leo Drunky's job was actually to go secret lurking by himself. That ends up failing, and the plan from the Sharks was actually to hit 4 ramp and have one lurk secret. But because the lurk died really early, Lukin tries to make a play by pushing ramp solo. That doesn't work either, and that's just really unfortunate for the Sharks because they're now just suddenly in a 3v5. Lukin going ramp immediately after Leo dies is not a bad thing. You kind of do need a play since you're all going to be consolidated at one spot, and you want to try to surprise them by being out a little earlier than expected. But Astralis is ready for it, so Lukin ends up dying for it. Exit's job here is just to put pressure on Mini as the fake vent drop is happening. He's just going to be spamming through the edge of the vent and trying to tag anyone that is in Mini. From there, he's going to end up throwing his smoke as part of the 3 smoke wall towards outside, and then group up into lobby to try to hit ramp, since I assume that was the original intention from the start. But none of this really pans out in the Sharks' favor. So skipping to the end of this round just to see this plan unfortunately fail, you're going to have 2 of the Sharks players try to go up heaven, but Astralis is ready for that. And since there's only like 10 seconds left at this point, this round is over. As mentioned before, Leo Drunky's job is to lurk into secret. He is going to be throwing one of the smokes for the outside wall before he does so. He is also going to get pop flashed by a teammate on, not Red Rock, but Marshmallow, that's the word. He also throws a molly into secret stairs, which is really important to push an opper off of that angle. But the Vice is in a different position, ready for that molly, and actually recovers from being blind from the flash. That flash was actually good. I'll show you the Vice's POV to kind of really consolidate what I'm trying to say, but Sharks had a plan, they went with the plan, and that's perfectly fine. They threw the outside smokes, they mollied secret, they did a pop flash. But the pop flash was too early, or Leo didn't hustle enough to try to capitalize on the flash, and that actually ends up getting him killed. So it's kind of just unfortunate, not necessarily a bad play. Here we have Mayern's POV. He's again just throwing a smoke for the outside wall, and then he's going to group up with this team to go towards ramp. Just keep in mind that you want to keep an eye on anyone trying to aggress as a CT, because there are a lot of ways for CTs to play aggressive towards outside. They can throw smokes near the perpendicular boxes of T-Red and try to play around that, watching Marshmallow. And of course, you just have to be generally worried about anyone playing Garage or Mini. JNT's job really is just a pop flash for Leo to get into secret. This entire round, he's sitting Marshmallow and just staring at his teammates' monitors to see what's going on. And then after the flash, he's just going to group into lobby with the rest of his team. And as you've seen before, this turns into a 3v5. They try to go up heaven, doesn't work, round's over. So to recap the entirety of this round, Sharks went for a fake vent drop just to draw pressure into lower and not so much outside. They then threw a wall of smokes outside to try to get one person to lurk into secret, and then they would take ramp, go lower, one person is secret, and now you have a good crunch. So vent drop, pretty simple, nade the door open and just throw a smoke on the floor. You want it to be good enough so that they can't see you actually drop. It doesn't have to be too specific. I actually just threw this one randomly. And if you're faking it, this is good enough because you're not actually trying to go down the vent, so you don't have to like do this really blindly. You do want to make sure that you at least break the vent when you're doing this so that you know, there's an actual chance that you're down vent, because if you don't break it, they're like, okay, you're not down vent. That's probably what this person over here, I think it was Exit's job. He was spamming the vent, so this is probably a good idea to do. Now for the actual outside smokes, I am fairly certain that Heaven can actually see over these smokes along the, or they can see into the back fencing there. And you saw Leo take a particular path along the smokes here, like so that he wouldn't get shot from Heaven, and then the flash came in, but didn't swing on it fast enough. So for the actual smokes, I'll show you the middle one. You get in between these two vent air filter things on top of this blue dumpster, not dumpster, this blue box. You want to aim at the top center of this wheel thing and then jump throw. This is 128 tick as well. You should get something like this. It looks a little weird, but the other two smokes are going to land here and there, so it's not the worst. The second smoke, you're going to be standing along the wall here, kind of in line with this pole. It's hard to really get this right, but the positioning isn't terribly precise. From there, you want to aim at the height of this lowest roof, a little bit to the right on the edge of this, not building, but thing in front of you. So let's throw that last smoke, let's throw this smoke. So now you have these two smokes. Now you need a third one over here. This third one, you want to stand somewhere in the middle of where this smallest diagonal strip is at the edge of it. And from there, you're just going to aim basically at the corner of this building here, and maybe a little bit to the right. Maybe even a little bit up. Something along the lines of that should be good. And that's going to be your third smoke, and it's going to leave no gaps, and it's going to basically complete the wall here. So let's throw that smoke again. Let's throw this smoke from over here. And then let's throw this smoke along the wall, which should be like right there. And now you have the Shark's Wall, which does basically deny any vision on just people going in. Just be aware that Top Mini and Marshmallow can be picked from just about anywhere, whether it's in front of CT Blue or Credit Card as some people called it, whether it's from behind Credit Card or even inside of this area here. Now the thing that I overlooked before making this entire video was making sure no one pushes outside. So you can very easily just come in between these boxes here and just get an angle towards Garage if you want to fight this, get an angle towards Credit Card. And ideally you should be able to try to catch the tail end of someone trying to cross here. You could also just go for an angle like this where you're not really exposed from anywhere, but you can see a guy crossing into this particular corner here. Now assuming you don't have the spawns, or you're just not sure if you have the timing right, as JNT did here, he just threw a molly straight into that corner, and that kind of solves your problem. There's not really much to talk about in this round. The plan was clear. It's just Astralis was better in this round, and they hit the shots. They got the frags that they needed. I would have liked to see Sharks go lower straight away, even though it was a 3v5 rather than try to go up Heaven. I think Sharks went or tried to go up Heaven because they expected Astralis to be set up towards lower, but going up Heaven just is not a winning fight. Like, you don't win this fight going up the ladder and trying to turn around and get the frag. That just never happens at such a high level. So your more likely option, as weird as it sounds, is to go into lower, even though they are highly likely to be set up there, especially since you saw Device already in secret with an op. But anyway, thanks for watching, and like the video if you liked the video.